Hey guys, this is part 1 of discussing Resurgence in detail. A lot of cool stuff is going on. We see that the survivors of the Republic have hope of a new home. Julian Davion is back in control of New Avalon. Operation Ursus Major. We see the word of Blake's reaction to news of the Ill Clan and Star League. And Hell's Breach tears into the Inner Sphere. Here's some further explanation, including some spoilers, for some of those writings. Operation Ursus Major was one of my favorite short pieces of fiction to write ever at this point. Seeing how Lars Magnusson survived the failed assassination attempt by the coward Hjalmar Myrborg is a cool bit of espionage. After the relationship built on Terra during the Senate Rebellion, no way Julian was just going to allow an ally like that be left to someone as treacherous as Hjalmar. While Alpha Galaxy and Lars do not make an appearance in Act 1, I want to make sure their appearance in Resurgence is epic in scale. We see major characters show up, such as Jonah Levin going off with War Party to find additional Republic survivors and resources. We see Jeremy Lee take his mantle as general, as Belle Lee, his grandmother, did in the Jihad. Katsune Kurita also begins to take on his role as leader for the Nomad Republic citizenry, a role Victor served for his people. Then we start learning names of Blakeist leadership, getting visuals of their society in the deep periphery. With so many lost worlds, periphery nations, pirate bands, there are hundreds of thousands that have been conscripted over the decades. Close to a century since the Jihad ended. This would have provided boosts in population, reproduction, workforce, and bolstering ranks of the Word of Blake militia, some even reaching Mane Domini status. Alongside the mass amounts of resources extracted from the Inner Sphere after their loss, and the massive automation push that would naturally have been occurring to get factories up and running, the blank slates of the worlds in the deep periphery were ripe for molding to Blake's glory. Each nation in an invasion corridor is facing a massive threat they couldn't hope to be ready for. One of the biggest challenges was trying to create a unique attack for each nation. The Draconis Combine, Federated Suns, and Capellan Confederation all have their capital world deep within their realm. By comparison, the Raven Alliance, Taurian Concordat, and Calderan Protectorate do not have that protection. While the similarities exist that the Raven Alliance, Taurian Concordat, and Calderan Protectorate all had their capital worlds struck, each invasion is unique in its portrayal in the writing. However, the larger realms face a number of different outcomes. Of course, there was no way I was going to leave out the Irenaeus, so where better to put a planet killer than with Rom, then use it in the first wave. The Jihad already looks tame by comparison. Worlds aren't just being hit with orbital bombardment or nuclear weapons. The first wave of attacks are destroying and poisoning planets. Given the ferocity of Liao and its obvious proximity to where the Blake is settled, striking Cyan was a given. For Luthien, they attempted to assassinate the coordinator, and multiple teams were sent in to destroy facilities to severely disrupt the major population centers and throw the capital world into disarray. For New Avalon, the planet was just retaken after the Iron Fist of Draconis rule. Davion troops and Mio were everywhere, and even the population was looking for enemies lurking among them. The damage done by the Combine was sufficient. One section I will expand on more in the future is notable mercenary units. The first unit is the Wild Geese, with a cool little backstory, where Reich, Sandy Reich's thug, is returned to her family, who then rebuilds the unit during the turmoil when the Combine held New Avalon. That's it for now. See you in the next video.